Hey, good morning from the Pain Cave in Renton, Washington. It's your buddy Matt. We're gonna take on a structured workout today that we're gonna do it on Zwift. It's a tough one. I have an upcoming event. It's a cross-country race, fairly short, 2 hours, a little bit less. But it's on, off, rolling hills. It's through a vineyard. So up and down, the right preparation is a structured workout, short power interval we'll call, come back down to recovery, back on, back off, back on, back off. Not only is it a slight race simulation, but it familiarizes the whole body this early in the season with on the gas, off the gas, on the gas, off the gas. Now, I will be running it in erg mode because what I've set up is 10 1-minute intervals and then 10 1-minute recoveries. So the 1-minute intervals are gonna be at 110% of FTP, and then the recoveries are at 50%. What a lot of us do is cheat the recoveries. Sounds crazy. We don't come down as much as we need to in order to let our heart rate get down, let our power get down, let everything sort itself back out before we get on it. Now, is that an exact one-to-one what will happen in the event 3 weeks from now? No. But again, what we're doing is teaching the body to be prepared, not only the muscles, but the central nervous system, be prepared for on, off. Later in the season, if we were doing this, we might do it in a format of like 40 seconds on, 40 seconds off, or 30-30. You know, I've seen people do 40-20s. Early in the season, kind of reintroducing this to ourselves. We're gonna do it in 60-60, 60 on, 60 off. So, we're on a long warm-up. You've heard me talk about this before. Good 10-minute warm-up in zone 1. And we'll do 4 or 5 minutes in zone 2, and then we're gonna hit it. All right, so I'll check back in just a little bit with you. See ya. Alrighty, so we're getting to the top of this 10-minute ramp. It's taking us from pretty low in zone 1 to the top of zone 1. Here we go into zone 2, which for the purpose of today's workout we're defining as 65% FTP. And we're going to truck along here in erg mode for 4 minutes, do 1 minute, slightly lower at 55%, and then we're going to hit it. Now, I think I mentioned the 1 minute intervals will be at 110%. I think, in fact, the calculation is 105%. So just over threshold. A lot of times we do these workouts out in the wild and we do them just full gas. Again, like I mentioned earlier, purpose today is to get in 10. So we're gonna, with proper recovery between, so we want it nice and even, so we're gonna do them in erg mode. Alrighty, so when we get ready to hit these things, I'll show you. Oh, by the way, we're going to do a few over-unders afterwards, just to kind of clean out the pipes. That was a fun one. All right, see you in a little bit. Bye. Alrighty, we're getting ready here to hit this first one. Hopefully you get to see what this looks like. Ready? Let's go. Happens to be, I hit a super high incline on the course that we're on. But of course, since we're in erg mode, that doesn't matter. So you're keeping the cadence up pretty high. Takes a little tension out of the muscles. The trade-off, it'll spike your heart rate. And that's a secondary benefit of this workout. On, off, not just power, the heart rate as well. I'll have you ride through the second one with me. We're down to 2 miles per hour here. But we're on a 14% incline. So I'll explain the gearing, how this works here in a little bit. Slow down and get ready to hit it. It's like we're going through a G out, ready to hit this little climb. Let's get it. Alright. Alrighty. Heart rate got up to 165 already. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna let you go. I'll bring you back for the 10th one. See if I'm still here. See ya. Alrighty. So here we are for 10th of 10. Note the change of hand positions. That always helps. All right, don't coast in. Pedal over the top, right? Finish it. Yeah. Whew. All right. Ten of 10. All right. I'm gonna pedal kind of easy for a few minutes. I'll check back in a sec. Alrighty, well we're in our little 8-minute intermission at 55%. Let's do a quick bike check. Like I was saying, this is just the old trusty hardtail Cannondale F29. This frame's from 2015. It's a factory replacement for what had been a Flash from 2012. So thanks to Cannondale for being awesome. Hooked up to a Tax Neo 2T with the Zwift hub. So basically that means we're setting the bike up as a single speed. We're shifting electronically here and then magnetically controlled power. So when I'm in erg mode, the magnet holds the flywheel to the specified power. When I'm not in erg mode, the shifting goes to the virtual gearing with 24 virtual gears. I've got some other videos that kind of cover a little bit about that. Got another couple minutes real quick before we hit it again. Oh, we just hit 40 minutes. Reminder, we drink on the 10s. Regardless of the situation, we're putting fluid in every 10 minutes. Put a little notification on your Garmin, your Wahoo, whatever. Here it is, every 10 minutes, 2 big drinks. Now the conditions will specify how much of your flow formulas goes into the bottle. Today, I went 3 scoops of the Dylan Johnson unflavored flow formulas in the Magnum, which is, I think, is 28 ounces. So somewhere in the 75 grams of carb per hour, probably more than I need, especially on top of oatmeal this morning. This time of year, I'd rather overfuel than underfuel. I don't mind being a little fluffy in March. I know that'll cut in April and May. So again, drinking on the 10s. Super hot weather, you might take pure water, also on the 5s. Wilderness 101, always the hottest weekend of the year, late July, 100 degrees. Yeah, you're drinking every 5. Probably only taking nutrition every 10, but you're taking water every 5. It's an outlier. Alrighty, so again, Cannondale Hardtail, Tax Neo 2T with the Zwift hub, NB carbon bars, ESI grips, Black Bibs, the navy ones. I love these. It's the ultimate chamois. Super awesome. Incredible price for this stuff. Incredible price. So check out blackbibs.com, theblackbibs.com. All right, so 40 seconds. I'm going to start these over-unders. Again, these are just threshold builders. Increase your stamina, your durability on the bike. The first one's a little bit low, but after that, I think they're at 88% for 2 minutes, then 110 for 1. So I'll check in like probably on the third one. All right, see you in a bit. Alrighty, just past the 1 hour mark in this workout. 14 seconds till the final over under. You're gonna get to watch me suffer. That last one was pretty challenging. There we go. We're at the top of tempo, somewhere what we might call like a low sweet spot right in here. Somewhere around 85, 88%. Feels manageable. Then we go to 110%, and the wheels try to come off. I think my heart rate got to 174 on the last interval. I'll try to control it with cadence. But like I said, that's a double-edged sword. Muscle tension versus heart rate. right, here we go. Yeah. Woo. So we did hit 174 again. We'll slowly come down. All right, we'll be back in a minute. All right, fun fact. We're about to finish up a route that is another one of the few that I've not completed before. This is the Yorkshire Double Loop in England. There we go. Just completed that route. They add some new routes, like this one I think got added with Tour de Zwift this year. I know there's a few more with the Zwift games this year. I like to think I've done almost all of them, but there might be 5 or so I haven't done. And that's any opportunity to click one off, I'll take it. So at the end of a lot of these workouts, I'll prescribe 5, 8, 10 minutes of just zone 2 work at the end. And people might ask, Matt, you know, isn't that just junk miles? I'd say no. Number one is just continues the strain. Before we get to our cool down, it does allow the central nervous system to settle a bit. But it also reminds us that in a lot of these events we do, there is that long false flat at the end. Very few end in that downhill to the finish line. There's in all these marathon events, Grand Fondos, whatever, there's some big long thing at the end. Now granted, you might do a sprint finish, but this reminds us, after the hard stuff's done, you still got a couple miles to put in. So that's what I put in. Today is 8 minutes of zone 2 before the 5-minute cool down. All right. Thanks a ton for riding with me today. I want to quote a couple influential people that helped me get in the right mindset today. You know, you being on board, feeling an obligation and accountability to post this workout is part of it. A friend of mine, kind of a mountain bike hero to me, a guy named Jeremiah Bishop. He's got this phrase I've heard him use many times, something like, just show up and do the thing. He might mean it much more simply than I take it. I take it as set all your concerns, anxieties aside. As Michaela Schifrin said, go do the thing you know how to do, right? Just go do it. Get it done. Do the thing. Now, I worked with another incredible coach named Felicia Smith. They used to have a saying, hey, it depends what it looks like when you show up. Or she'd say, what do you look like when you show up? What does it look like when you show up? Something like that. That matters too, right? If your workday starts at 8 You roll in at 8:01 and everything's on fire. There's a whirlwind. There's a whole lot of noise. When you arrive at the office, how are you showing up? If you drag your ass onto the trainer for what you know is going to be a hard workout and you're dreading it the whole time, what does that look like? How is that going to impact your work? Be in that right mindset that showing up, ready to go, is critical important to perform well. So I want to leave you with those things. All right, thanks again for riding with me. Get after it. Tell me about what more you want to see. Do you want to see more structured workouts? I enjoy showing this stuff off. It's very satisfying to me. So get after it, ride hard.